Lund Boats proudly presents Jarrett Edwards Outdoors. Jarrett Edwards Outdoors is presented by Built Ford Tough, Cooper Tires, Mercury, Lund Boats, St. Croix, Lowrance, Jerry Yamamoto Custom Baits, Lake Powell Resorts and Marinas, Tackle Warehouse, and Motor Guide.
I'm Jarrett Edwards. Welcome to the show today. Welcome back, Will Dykstra. Will, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Awesome. Now, last fall, this place was amazing, on fire, right? Big trout on jerkbaits. I'm really excited to get back out there. 8,600 feet elevation. It's definitely hard for me to breathe at this level, but I know the size of fish in here is going to be well worth it. What can we expect on today's show?
You know, it's early summer. We're kind of in a transition. We can expect a multi-species bite with pike and trout. We're going to throw some topwater. We're going to throw some jerkbaits and kind of figure out what the fish want to eat today. And, you know, we'll do whatever we got to do to catch fish, obviously, but that's what we're going to start with today. And I'll tell you what, there's not a more fun way to fish. There's
literally no doubt. I mean, when you talk about topwater trout and topwater pike, I mean, that's what all of us live for. I had great success last year on the jerkbait. You know, I'm going to be throwing that a little bit. But let's just see what we can go out there and get. It's a beautiful morning. Let's take advantage of it. Ready?
I'm ready.
Let's make it work.
All right.
There he is.
On the pause. Nice fish.
Let's see. Man, what's crazy is this bait just barely hit the water. Look at that thing. Oh, Lord, I tell you. That bait hit the water. It attacked it just like a top water.
Crushed it.
I'm telling you.
That thing blew up on the surface.
It literally blew up. I'm thinking I'm bass fishing here. I tell you what, guys, I threw that. Oh, perfect, come right out. I threw the jerkbait right out. Look at that, 4-pound trout.
Look how fat that fish is, Jarrett.
My goodness.
I mean.
Look at that, one of the first casts of the morning.
That was quick, that didn't take long.
Wow.
Look how fat the belly is on that fish. What a beautiful fish.
What a brute. Let's go ahead and get her back in. You know, wow. Now that's just insane. Watching that fish waddle off there in the water. It can't even swim as a chunker, huh?
Just a total beast. I mean, struggling to swim, just a fat fish, dude.
This is what's bizarre. So this is a suspending jerkbait, right? It's barely hit the water. She came right up and just crushed it. Is that abnormal here?
I mean, I'll tell you what, that's kind of typical of our summer bite here. We're catching these fish on poppers, walking baits, buzz baits. I mean, and these are trout.
Yeah, so you're talking trout here.
Exactly.
That's bizarre. I mean, you're talking walking baits and big trout.
Exactly. You know, we started catching
big trout, right?
Exactly. We started catching these big trout while pike fishing with buzz baits and said, hey, let's apply those bass tactics to these trout. And we started catching a lot of big fish.
Man, that's amazing.
I mean, you heard that fish, it crushed it. I mean,
I didn't have time to engage the reel handle from when it landed. Just, it was on it.
I mean,
that's awesome.
Big fish, too.
I love
big
it.
Fish.
I love it.
Oh, there's one. Yep, we got a pike. But hey, it's topwater at least, you know.
Yeah, look at that.
That's how you release them there.
Yeah, nothing wrong with the quick release there. See you later, buddy. Well, I was hoping for a big giant rainbow.
Yeah,
on that
me
thing,
too,
huh?
me too. But you know, you can almost tell on the strike when it's not a big rainbow, because a big rainbow sounds like a 40-inch pike when it hits
really,
the bait.
Just bowling ball.
I mean, it just crushes it, and we're gonna see it today. We're gonna keep after it, but yeah, I mean, you can almost always tell. Sometimes those pike just suck it in like a trout eating a dry fly.
Gotcha.
And these rainbows hit it like, I gotta kill it, I gotta kill it, I gotta kill it.
There it is. Oh,
nice.
man.
Look at that fish. That's a hog.
Here we are talking about sunglasses, and there's big trout cruising everywhere in here.
Look at this fish.
Oh,
He choked that bait.
I'm telling you.
Absolutely crushed it.
Come on over here, baby. Ooh. Right there. Wow, you talk about heart attack, guys. That will literally do it for you.
That is a big fish.
Spinney Mountain, alive and well. Big ones in here, huh, Will?
Can't even get my hand around this one.
Those are the type we like. You know what's interesting here is just how beautiful this morning is. Generally, I know we have a little bit more of a ripple on the water or so forth, but right now, it is about as slick calm as you can. And generally a reaction bait during that time would be one of those unique scenarios to where they'd follow it a lot and not crush it. And we've definitely had our fair share of, a lot of the fish moving in this morning to look at it. But when you take a look at it from this standpoint, I mean, that fish literally just chewed that bait. And that's what's so interesting, Will. And, I look forward to getting your opinion on it. How some of these guys will swallow the bait and others will just follow it in. So let's go ahead and take a look at this fish.
This is a beautiful Spinney Mountain cutbow.
Cutbow, huh?
Look at the nice red.
How thick she
But look at that fish.
This is beautiful.
Beautiful fish.
Wow.
Let's get her back. Huh?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's go ahead and put her in. And let's talk about how to trigger some of these last minute followers into actually feeding. Let's go ahead and put her in. Thanks, baby.
Boy, that's a nice fish.
Love watching them swim off. Here's something that I find very interesting. That fish came up and just crushed this bait, right? Like it was its last meal.
Choked
right?
on it. I mean,
exactly. And then, this morning we've had a lot of others that will follow it in and then just, say, it's not real and move away, right? But that fish ate it like its last meal, like a couple others have this morning. What do you think is the deciding factor on the Spinney Mountain trout here that will make one, chase after it versus one just annihilate it?
Our conditions have a lot to do with it, but I'll tell you what, two things have happened today is on two of the larger fish you've caught, is it's been at the end of the cast almost immediately when your bait hit the water. So these fish, we talk about a reaction strike. This is the ultimate reaction bite. That bait hits the water near a fish that's probably already actively feeding on scuds or something. Sure. And just crushes it. I mean, it's the right color and obviously the right shape, and those fish are just T-boning it, and that fish especially.
So it's all location, putting it in front of them.
Right, and it's an ultra reaction bite. We talk about reaction bite fishing or reaction fishing, and that's a prime example of a fish that reacts to a bait and crushes it.
No doubt. That's awesome, especially when they eat it.
There's one.
Wow, look at that. Let me get that net.
So light line has been the theme of the day.
Absolutely.
And this fish is so fired up, he wants to run on the shore.
Look at that.
But absolutely crushed that bait.
That is neat. It's really unconventional way to catch them, huh?
Well, we're bass fishing,
Yeah,
we talked about it earlier, and here it comes. Oh, that's a thick fish.
Oh yeah, look at how thick she is on the back. Come on, baby. So gun shy last time.
There we go.
Wow, look at the size of that.
That's a big fish.
That, my friend,
crushed it.
Is what it's all about.
Absolutely.
You're throwing a unique bait, probably something that people would never imagine at home to be a trout bait, right?
Absolutely.
So let's go ahead and get her unpinned and let's talk about it. Take a look.
Look at that mouth.
Wow.
These are predators.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. Take a look at that.
All right, let's get her back.
Oh. There she goes.
Look at that fish. Boy, she didn't waste any time.
Let's talk about this rig. Again, to the folks at home, this is the most unconventional trout rig that you've ever seen, in my opinion. What do you got? You got a double tail Gary Yamamoto hula grub on there.
Right.
And this is what's really cool, you know, is whenever I come up here, all of our buddies at Yamamoto will go and pour special plastics for us, you know, to avoid the salt content. Because out here on Spinney Mountain, you know, there's no type of scent or salt or anything like that allowed. And then you have a chatterbait head.
Well, you know, it's not a whole lot different than what we try to achieve with the topwater. I mean, it's a thump that these fish probably aren't used to feeling. That looks a little bit like a crayfish, and they go nuts over it. I mean, and when they hit it, they hit. I mean, you guys saw that fish. It jumped 3 feet out of the water.
There's no doubt about it. I mean, that fish crushed it, and he's out of there. But, you know, I don't know. Whatever. It's working, right?
Right? I mean,
no doubt a deadly combination. But for trout, you know, I think so many people at home think of trout as you know, the nice, you know,
traditional fly fishing or spoons.
Exactly. You know, coming up and just sipping the midge and, you know, oh, pretty trout. I mean, you don't want to be a bait fish in this water or crawdad in this water.
I mean, you saw the size of that fish's mouth. I mean, they're chowing anything.
You can eat it all day, no doubt. There he is. Whoa.
Big fish.
Whoa, we like that.
That's
you know
nice
what? That fish was sitting
in inches of water.
He just sitting right up top, buddy. Which side? He can't decide which way he wants to go.
Well, just keep good pressure on him, all right?
Hey, you take it easy. You take it easy.
Hey, this is a big fish, though. Look at that fish.
Wow, wow. I'm telling you, you gotta respect these big old trout. Bring it to your knees.
This is a 5-pound rainbow.
On 6-pound line?
Just, yeah, I mean.
That's barely hooked. And this is where you always lose them. This is where you always lose them.
Oh, look at the size of that fish. Oh.
You know what, guys? I tell you, my buddy Will's been mean to me. Keep pressure on him, do this, do that. Because we've pinned so many of these fish, you get right to the boat, and for some reason, well, I mean, it explains why, right? It's almost glass out here. These fish are coming right up to that jerkbait, looking at it, and then turning away. The fish I do pin, sometimes are just barely pinned. So he keeps joking that I'm losing them all, which I've lost quite a few. But you gotta get bit first. So the love of light line, that's what it's all about. Let's take a look at this bad boy. Yes, sir, brother.
The size of that
That's
fish.
Spinney Mountain.
It doesn't get better than that.
Jerkbait, 5-pound trout, 6-pound line, right?
Beautiful cut bow.
Yeah.
Nice thick fish.
Well, let's get her in the water and talk about this, because a lot of people, and myself included for a long time, I tell you, that is, wow, right?
That's hard to beat.
That's why we fish, right? Just the love of the chase of that.
Oh, there's no question.
Unbelievable. So a couple of tips. Again, a lot of people would probably not pick the jerkbait as their first bait of choice, right? I mean, we have maybe a 5-mile-an-hour ripple going on right now.
Right, maybe, yeah. I
So
mean, it's pretty flat.
Yeah, here's the deal. This morning, we were working this bait a little bit slower, and a lot of those fish would follow in. Some would bite. I mean, we've had some good action this morning, but a lot of the big ones would follow in and not do anything. This afternoon, to me, to get these bites, it's all about working this bait extremely fast.
Right.
Throw it out, rip it back very fast, right?
Absolutely.
That erratic behavior is making these fish choose. Chew it or let it pass, and someone else is going to chew it, right?
Well, there's no question it's a reaction strike right now. I mean, all the fish you've caught have been basically what? When you're moving it fast. There's nowhere in nature does the prey slow down for the predator, ever.
Yeah, it's interesting.
You know,
sure.
So that's why this reaction strike fishing, you're always pulling it away from the fish, kind of incurring that cat and mouse almost.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's what's awesome about it. So I tell you what, big 5-pounders like that, light line, again, you know, good, even on good knots, you know, they break off. Thumbing is absolutely very important. And what I mean for the folks at home about thumbing is this. A lot of people would choose or prepare their drag by loosening it right here, right?
Absolutely.
But if we rely on that drag on such a light line, the friction is such a huge killer of fluorocarbon.
There's
you
no
know?
question.
So to me, I tighten this all the way down and use my thumb as the drag, right? So by pushing down, and then when that fish runs, he can run, and then when he stops, go ahead and engage back in. Fast retrieve, light line, win-win combo. I'm Jarrett Edwards. We're here at Mercury headquarters with Mercury's very own Jared Reichenberger. How we doing, Jared?
Good, yourself?
Perfect. Now, you are a prop specialist, and today you brought us something really cool, the brand new Mercury Spitfire X7. Tell me a little about the prop.
Well, it's built off a lot of the same features as the 4-blade aluminum Spitfire, but when you add the ability of the very strong X7 proprietary Mercury stainless steel alloy, you can add more rake, you can add more cup, and really increase the performance of your outboard.
No doubt about it. It seems like this guy is going to be ideal for that 75 to 115 horsepower range. You know, now there might be some folks at home saying, hey, is this the right prop for me? But you folks at Mercury have really designed something awesome called the Prop Selector, and it's pretty simple to go to. All you do is go to mercurymarine.com, click on the Prop Selector, add in a little bit of information about your horsepower and the current size of your boat, and sure enough, the right prop's going to appear for you. Jared, thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.
Guys, I'm Jarrett Edwards, and this has been your Mercury Minute.
This segment brought to you by Tackle Warehouse, guaranteed lowest prices.
Fish on Spinney Mountain Reservoir with Will Dykstra. I tell you, we always have a good time out there, always harassing each other. And when you can throw the mix in of catching big trophy trout on reaction baits, I tell you, life gets a lot better. Today's bait of choice for me happened to be a small Gary Yamamoto custom bait. Now, this is from their hard bait lineup called the Tenku on the jerk bait. We went ahead and matched this today with size 6 mustad treble hooks. And the color of the bait I feel is pretty unique. It's a watermelon with black fleck. Went ahead and matched that with 8-pound fluorocarbon line today. And on the business end, we used a 7-foot medium heavy St. Croix Legend Extreme as far as the bait casting rod. Now, a lot of people will say, well, jerk bait on medium heavy, might not go hand in hand. That's true. I prefer a medium when throwing a jerk bait. However, when the fish bit, I had that little bit more of power to be able to set that hook right into those fish's bony mouth. I think at the end of the day, it definitely equaled some increased hookup potential. And as always, all the products demonstrated in today's show can be found at our friends over at tacklewarehouse.com. Tackle Warehouse has the guaranteed lowest prices and my personal favorite, free shipping on items over $50. Now, enough tech talk. Let's get back on the water with my good buddy, Will Dykstra.
I think there's a few midges out.
Oh my goodness. Look at that. That was a bite and a half, my friend.
Now this is the difference between the spinning rod and the bait caster, because
that fish, it sounded like a bowling ball got dropped in the water, right?
Right, and he's wrapped up. So
get that net wet for him, protect that slime coat. Look at that net job, huh? I even netted that one, right, huh?
Jeez.
Let's take a look at that.
That's not a bad fish on the jerk bait again.
No doubt.
Working it really, really fast. Now this isn't a long fish, but it is
so much fun. So much fun. Very fast retrieve. Look at that.
Look at that fish.
He's all slimy, ready to go, huh?
Yeah. Nice fish.
Yeah.
Another Spinney Mountain Rainbow.
No doubt. Oh, right back in the net. Well, now he's in there. You're released. Let's just go ahead and release him.
Oh, man, what a fish. She absolutely crushed.
It sounds like someone threw a bowling ball in there.
Man.
Let me take a look at this. This is my thoughts on fishing light line. There's so many things already working against you in light line. Light line has a lot of stretch. You're fishing light line properly, more times than not, you're fishing it with a medium to medium light rod, right?
Right.
You just have a lot of factors that are not on your side. One thing that definitely helps is right out of the Gary Yamamoto box of this jerkbait is you're gonna find that it comes with the mustad triple grip hooks on there. A lot of hooks start very sharp out of the package, and throughout the day as they come into contact, with a lot of rocks, a lot of weeds, wood as we have in here today, the point will start to dull down. But simply not so on a mustad. It's simply the sharpest hook for the longest period of time. And it's all on how they harden their steel and for the tip. So more times than not, I believe a super sharp hook is going to be ideal to keep those fish pinned. Because again, we think that, oh, we're setting up on them big and we're getting all these pounds of pressure, on that hook set. But case studies have shown many times on hard baits, especially with the lighter line, you'll get literally ounces, not pounds, of pressure on that hook point in that fish's mouth. So the sharper hooks you can have, no doubt, you know, it's going to definitely increase your odds.
Absolutely.
Will, thanks, brother.
Thanks, Jared. Appreciate it.
I tell you, it's a good time. You know, for you guys at home, the wind picked up, blowing 25 to 30 miles an hour, literally out of nowhere. Ton of rain's blowing in. We had 3-footers coming on in here to the launch ramp. I lost my hat. Who knows, right?
Right.
Hey, Spinney Mountain is alive and well. Big trout, big pike, a great time. Really appreciate it.
Thank you. It was a great time, and you know, we kind of grinded through these summer dog days today, and you know, caught some nice fish.
Yeah, a lot of fish, no doubt. And for the folks at home that want to come out to duplicate this trip, it's pretty simple. Just give my buddy Will Dykstra a call here. Now, Will, you're part of Tightline Outdoors, Colorado's premier guide service there for fishing, and you guys have literally one of the best jobs being able to play on all these awesome bodies of water.
Absolutely.
I tell you what, guys, thanks so much for watching. I'm Jarrett Edwards. We're going to put it on the trailer because it's about to get wet out here. Thank you for watching. We'll see you right back here next week on Jarrett Edwards Outdoors. Awesome, man.
Thank you.
Jarrett Edwards Outdoors is presented by Built Ford Tough, Cooper Tires, Mercury, Lund Boat, St. Croix, Lawrence, Gary Yamamoto Custom Baits, Lake Powell Resorts and Marinas, Tackle Warehouse, and Motor Guide.